The world is loud, chaotic, and distracting. Every second, a new notification, a new demand, a new outrage. We are drowning in noise. But the ancient philosophers, they knew a secret. They knew that peace is not found in the external world. It is found within. Welcome to the Midnight Stoic. This channel is a refuge, a place to disconnect from the chaos and reconnect with your mind. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion. It is about understanding what is in your control and accepting what is not. Here, we will explore the letters of Seneca, the meditations of Marcus Aurelius, and the discipline of Epictetus. We will build a fortress against the modern world. If you are ready to reclaim your focus, if you are ready to find strength in the silence, then you are in the right place. Subscribe to the Midnight Stoic, and let us begin. Chapter 1. The Source of Your Suffering. Let us start with a hard truth, a truth that is difficult to hear but necessary to understand. The anxiety you feel, the anger, the disappointment, it does not come from the world around you. It comes from you. Epictetus, the slave who became a philosopher, told us this 2,000 years ago. He said, "Men are not disturbed by things, but by the views which they take of them." Pause and consider that. We often believe that our stress is caused by our job, our partners, the traffic, or the news. But if that were true, everyone with a difficult job would be miserable. Everyone in traffic would be filled with rage. But they are not. Some people remain calm in the midst of chaos. Why? Because it is not the event that hurts us. It is our judgment of the event. Imagine you break a valuable glass. One man might scream, curse the universe, and ruin his entire evening. Another man might look at the shards, sigh, sweep them up, and move on. The event is exactly the same. The glass is broken. The difference is the mind that perceives it. The first step to building a stoic mind is to realize that you are constantly telling yourself a story. When someone insults you, the insult itself is just sound waves moving through the air. It is your mind that catches those sound waves and labels them disrespect. It is your mind that adds the commentary, "How dare they? I don't deserve this." That commentary is where the pain lives. Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome, wrote to himself in his private journals, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This sounds impossible to the modern ear. We are taught that we are victims of our circumstances, but Stoicism offers you a weapon. The weapon is the ability to separate the event from your opinion of it. The next time you feel a spike of negative emotion, stop. Visualize a gap opening up. A gap between the thing that happened and your reaction to it. In that gap lies your freedom. Chapter 2. The Dichotomy of Control. Once you understand that your judgment is the source of your pain, you must learn where to focus your energy. This brings us to the most famous and most misunderstood concept in Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. There are things in this life that are up to us, and there are things that are not up to us. It sounds simple, almost too simple. But look closely at how you spend your days. Look at what keeps you awake at 3 a.m. Most of us spend our entire lives trying to control things that are completely outside of our power. We try to control what other people think of us. We try to control the economy. We try to control the weather, the traffic, the past, and the future. And because we cannot control these things, we feel helpless. We feel anxious. We are like a captain of a ship shouting at the waves, begging them to be still. The waves do not care. The waves will do what waves do. The Stoic captain does not yell at the ocean. The Stoic captain focuses on the sails. He focuses on the rudder. He focuses on his own skill. Epictetus warned us, if you try to control what is not yours to control, you will be thwarted, miserable, and disturbed. So, what is actually yours? Very little. Your opinions, your aspirations, your desires, your aversions. In short, your own mind. Everything else, your body, your property, your reputation, your status, these are ultimately not up to you. They can be taken away by fortune, by illness, or by the mob. This is terrifying to accept. We want to believe we are in control of the outcome, but the Stoic finds peace in admitting that he is not. He focuses entirely on the process. He shoots the arrow with the best aim he can muster. But once the arrow leaves the bow, he knows he cannot control the wind. If it hits the target, good. If the wind blows it astray, good. He did his job. The rest belongs to fate. Chapter 3. The View from Above. When the weight of these uncontrollable things becomes too heavy, when you feel suffocated by your daily problems, you must change your perspective. The Stoics practiced a mental exercise we call the view from above. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are lifting out of your body. Float up through the ceiling of your room. Look down at yourself sitting there. See how small you look. Go higher. See your house, your neighborhood. See the people rushing around in their cars, angry about being late. See them arguing over money. See them worrying about clothes. Go higher still. See the entire city. A grid of lights and concrete. See the country. See the continent. Finally, see the earth, a tiny blue pale dot hanging in the vast, endless black of space. From this height, how big is your problem? That email that annoyed you? That rude comment on social media? That promotion you didn't get? It vanishes. We suffer because we are trapped in a first-person perspective. We think we are the center of the universe. We think our problems are tragedies of epic proportions. But when you zoom out, you realize you are but a brief spark in an infinite timeline. You are a ghost driving a meat-coated skeleton made of stardust, riding a rock hurling through space. Do you really have time to be offended by your neighbor? Do you really have time to worry about what a stranger thinks of your shoes? Marcus Aurelius would look at the stars to wash away the dust of earthly life. He reminded himself that civilizations rise and fall. Emperors turn to dust. Names are forgotten. Everything you see will soon change and cease to be. This is not meant to depress you. It is meant to liberate you. If nothing matters on a cosmic scale, then you are free to live without fear. You are free to do what is right, simply because it is right. Not for applause, not for legacy, but because in this brief, flickering moment of existence, it is the only thing that makes sense. We live in a culture of toxic positivity. We are told to manifest success, to visualize only the best outcomes, to never let a negative thought enter our minds. The Stoic disagrees. The Stoic believes that hope is often a trap, because when you hope for the best without preparing for the worst, you are fragile. When the blow comes, and it always comes, you are shattered by it. Seneca advised a practice called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. He said, "He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand." Every morning, before you step out into the world, rehearse the difficulties you might face. Tell yourself, "Today I will meet people who are ungrateful, violent, treacherous, envious, and unsocial. Don't say this to be cynical. Say it so that when you meet them, you are not surprised. You do not say, "I can't believe he did that." Instead, you say, "Ah, I was expecting you." Go deeper. Visualize losing your job. Visualize your car breaking down. Visualize the people you love leaving you. This sounds morbid to the uninitiated, but the result is not fear. The result is gratitude. When you visualize losing everything, you open your eyes and realize, I still have it. The coffee tastes better. The roof over your head feels more secure. The hug from your partner feels warmer. You stop taking your life for granted because you have mentally rehearsed its end. You are a warrior who has already fought the battle in his mind. So the real battle is nothing but a drill. Chapter 5. The Fire That Consumes. Once you have prepared for the worst, what happens when it actually arrives? When the tragedy strikes? Most men crumble. They ask, "Why me?" They play the victim. But you must practice amor fati, a love of fate. Friedrich Nietzsche described this Stoic formula for greatness. That one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Not merely bear what is necessary, but love it. Imagine a blazing fire. If you throw a small twig into a candle flame, the flame flickers and dies. But if you throw a massive log into a roaring bonfire, what happens? The fire does not go out. It consumes the log. It wraps around it. It turns the log into itself. The obstacle becomes the fuel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Did you get fired? Good. It is an opportunity to find a career that actually fulfills you. Did you get injured? Good. It is a chance to train your mind and practice patience while your body heals. Did someone betray you? Good. You have learned who your true friends are. Do not just tolerate your life. Do not just get through the hard times with gritted teeth. Embrace them. Devour them. Treat every event as if you chose it yourself. Because once it has happened, arguing with reality is insanity. The only sane choice is to use it. Chapter 6. The Final Deadline. And now, we must face the ultimate reality, the one thing we all share, the one destination we are all marching toward. Death. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. In Rome, when a general returned victorious from battle, parading through the streets with crowds cheering his name, a slave would stand behind him in the chariot, whispering into his ear, "Look behind you. Remember you are only a man. Remember you will die." Even in the height of glory, the Stoic remembers the end. Why focus on death? Because it is the only thing that makes life urgent. If you had 1,000 years to live, you could waste today. You could waste a decade. You could hold grudges. You could procrastinate. You could be petty. But you do not have 1,000 years. You might not even have tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius gave us the most powerful meditation of all. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. If you truly believed, deep in your bones, that this was your last hour on earth, would you spend it arguing in the comments section? Would you spend it worrying about the stain on your shirt? Or would you tell the people you love that you love them? Would you savor the air in your lungs? Death is not a depressing thought. Death is the lens that focuses your life. It strips away the trivial bullshit and leaves only what matters. When you tuck your child into bed tonight, say to yourself, "They might not wake up. I might not wake up." It sounds cruel, but notice how much tighter you hold them when you think it. Notice how present you become. Stop acting as if you are destined to live forever. The clock is ticking. The sand is running through the hourglass. Do not kill time, for time is killing you. Chapter 7. Winning the Morning. Philosophy is worthless if it remains in books. It must be lived. It must be inked into your habits. The Stoics believed that the battle for the mind is won or lost as soon as you open your eyes. Marcus Aurelius struggled to get out of bed. He wrote to himself, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for?' The modern world wants you to start your day in a deficit. You wake up. You grab your phone. You scroll. You let the world's chaos flood into your brain before you have even stood up. This is a defeat. To practice Stoicism is to reclaim the morning. Do not touch the phone. Instead, step into the discomfort. The Stoics practiced voluntary hardship. Seneca would take cold plunges in the Tiber River to stiffen his resolve. You do not need a river. You have a shower. Turn the handle to cold. Stand under the freezing water. Your mind will scream. It will beg for comfort. But you will stand there. You will breathe. You are teaching your brain a vital lesson. I am the master here, not my comfort. If you can conquer the cold water, the rude email you get at 10 a.m. will feel like nothing. Chapter 8. The Conversation with the Self. Once the body is awake, the mind must be sharpened. You must journal. This is not a diary. This is not about writing down your feelings so you feel heard. This is a strategic review. In the morning, write down your plan. Not just your to-do list, but your to-be list. Today, I will be patient with my children. Today, I will not let the traffic anger me. Today, I will speak less and listen more. Set the intention. And then, in the evening, you must return to the page. Seneca wrote that he would wait until his wife was asleep and then examine his entire day. He hid nothing from himself. He asked, "What bad habit did I cure today? Where did I fail? How can I be better tomorrow?" Be ruthless with yourself on the page. If you were cowardly, write it down. If you were lazy, write it down. But do not judge yourself with hatred. Judge yourself like a coach. Correction, not punishment. Without this feedback loop, you are just drifting. With it, you are constantly refining your character. Chapter 9. Sympathia. It is easy to be a Stoic when you are alone in a room. It is easy to be calm when no one is bothering you. But Stoicism is not a philosophy for hermits. It is a philosophy for leaders, for parents, for citizens. The concept of sympathia is the belief that all things are mutually woven together. We are the bees of a single hive. What is bad for the hive cannot be good for the bee. Too often, people use Stoicism as an excuse to be cold, to be emotionless robots. This is a corruption of the philosophy. The Stoic cares deeply, but he cares about the right things. He knows that his primary duty is to help others. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "I have been made for the sake of other people." When someone is rude to you, do not return hatred for hatred. That is the reaction of a slave. The reaction of a king is kindness. It is understanding. Perhaps that person is in pain. Perhaps they are ignorant. Your job is not to punish them. Your job is to be an example of a better way. If you see injustice, you do not turn away and say, "That is not in my control." No, your actions are in your control. You speak up. You help. You fight for what is right, but you do so without losing your inner peace. You act with justice, but without rage. Chapter 10. The Inner Citadel. We have spoken of the mind. We have spoken of death. We have spoken of duty. Now, the screen will fade, the music will stop, and you will be left with the silence of your own room. What will you do? Will you click on the next video? Will you look for the next dopamine hit? Or will you sit and be? You have within you an inner citadel, a fortress that no external force can breach without your permission. They can take your money. They can slander your name. They can imprison your body. But they cannot touch your mind. They cannot force you to agree with them. They cannot force you to be afraid. That key belongs to you, and you have given it away to strangers for too long. Take it back. Build your walls. Stand guard at the gates of your mind. Do not let the noise in. The philosophy of Stoicism is not a shelter to hide in. It is a launch pad. It is the solid ground from which you can step out and live a life of purpose, a life of virtue, a life that, when the end comes, you can look back on and say, I did not just exist, I lived. The time for reading is over. The time for action is now. Subscribe to the Midnight Stoic. Turn off this screen and go do the work.